Welcome to your January practice. So 2019 is here. This is an unorthodox interpretation of the Spinal series. So the basic Spinal series of Kundalini is a way of really just setting your foundation. And it's the practice that you would do that would set you into your seat, enable power and clarity in the spine, a sense of expanse in the chest, and the antenna of the crown of your head would reach tall. And that would set you up to do any Kriya to follow. So if you ever wanted to get daring and you had 2 hours of time, you could do this one and add to it. This sequence today will have some asana added in. This is not traditional. This is absolutely my addition. So if you're looking for something more traditional, just know that this is a little bit of a riff on that. And you will need 2 blocks and a blanket and your mat. It will be in 3 parts, but I'm not going to reintroduce what we're doing. We're going to have a playlist right now to the next one, to the third one, so that they load quickly wherever you are, keeping it nice and short. So tune in. Rub your palms. Sit tall. Eyes closed, heart high, chest broad. Ong Namo. I bow to everything outside of me that teaches me, heals me, and guides me. Guru Dev Namo, I bow to everything inside of me that teaches me, heals me, and guides me. So 3 times. Inhale. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om shoulders, shake out your fingertips, and we'll start by setting your blocks aside and come to kneel on your blanket in the middle of your mat. Knees and shins on the mat, let the tucks of your feet come off the back and your hands are right on the mat. Tuck your toes under, give yourself a little bit of traction, and we'll start at the front. So you may use music or not, but the playlist starts at the front today. Round your back, tuck your chin, spread your shoulders wide, and then slowly take your tail back, lift your chin. There's your inhalation. Exhale round, and inhale open. So your pace follows your breath. And it all depends on what time of day you're beginning, on what you've done today, on how open your spine may be. If it needs to go slower, go slower. Begin to let it loosen. A little bit of play. Just for 3. And for 2. And for 1. And now you're going to bring your palms so the heels of your hands touch. And you splay your hands wide and you set that right under the center of your chest. Now round your back. And draw your heart forward. Exhaling, rounding. Inhaling, opening. Spread your palms wider on the floor. Spread your fingers further apart. And with our hands in this position, we can get a little juicy through the chest. Just go 3. And go 2. Opening through the throat, the face, the upper back. And find neutral. Now find a big circle. All the way around, as far as you can go, through the shoulders, through the seat, by keeping your hands on the floor. And let that into the spine and the shoulder blades. And reverse. And then center, downward facing dog. Lift your hips and pedal it out. And we'll just warm up by taking your right foot outside of your right hand. Step it up. walk your right hand forward to the front center of your mat. And put your left hand to the left front corner of your mat. So the heels of both hands are ahead of your right foot. And then lift your hips high. Lift your back heel high. Inhaling there. Exhale, lunge, bend the front knee. Draw your heart forward. Look forward. Inhale up. Exhale, bend. Inhale up. Exhale, bend. Come halfway up. So half dog. Press your hands down into the floor and away. As you do, press the back heel back. Keeping your right inner thigh towards your ribs. Walk your hands back to change sides. Left foot outside of your left hand. Walk your hands forward so the left hand is in the front center, the right hand is out to the right. Hands are in front of your toes. Inhale, lift up. Drop your head, look back. And then on your exhale, look forward. Lift your back thigh. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, settle in. Inhale, rise. And exhale, bend. One more time, rising up. And setting down. When you rise, come halfway up. Press your hands down and forward. Press your left foot down and forward and reach your back heel back and down. Find half dog. Drop your head, look back towards your back big toe. And walk your hands back, down dog. And now your right foot outside of your right hand again. This time take your left hand off your mat. Turn your fingers to face away from the center line and turn your thumb to face forward. And then your right hand comes high. Turn your palm to face the front of your mat. And lift your hips as you drop your right fingertips, sweep overhead. There's your breath out. Inhale, rise back up. And then exhale, sweep forward. Lift your hips, lift your back heel. Exhale, bend. Lifting up, breathing out. Inhale, rise up. And stay right there. Press your front foot down and away. Lift your back thigh. Spin your right palm open. And two hands down. Step your foot back. Change sides. Left foot outside. Right hand off the mat. Right thumb points to the forward. Left hand comes high. Palm faces forward. Lift your hips. Sweep your left hand forward and down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, open. And exhale, fold. And inhale, sweep open. Now stay right there. Lift your back thigh. Draw your heart open. Draw your pelvis open, reaching. And then sweep your left hand down. Step back, down dog. And press out. Knees to the floor. Settle back. A wag of your tail. So rising up, fold your blanket in half. So the back edge comes to the front edge, and you have this nice long rectangle, right? This becomes your seat, and I'll sit sideways so you can see. So you're sitting right in the middle. Heels go out, toes are up. Fingertips go just beside your blanket. So now the chest is high. On your exhale, you come a little forward. On your inhale, you rise. And you're using your heels to draw you forward. And you're making a clear fold at the hips. And what we're doing here is we're keeping the low back really flat. And even as the back is flat, we're keeping the chest broad with the fingertips back. Inhale up, exhale down. So if you can keep your knees pointing up and your toes pointing up. And then you just find a very simple movement. Close your eyes. Softening the closure of your eyes. smoothing out. But once we know what to do with our body, find the breath, exhale and inhale up. And once we have the rhythm of our breathing, let your mind begin to trust the movement and the breath, and that's sometimes when we can begin to really feel how we've been feeling all day. Might be right when we feel that we're tired, or a sense of relief for not holding on so long, not holding on so tightly to what needs to happen. 3 and 2. Inhale, sit so tall. Hold the breath in for 4, 3, 2, and exhale. Inhale up. Hold the breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale out. The last time. Inhale up. Hold the breath in. 4, 3, 2, and let it go. Crossing your legs, sitting tall. So I'm going to turn to face you. Put your hands on your thighs. Any adjustment you need to your seat, get yourself sorted, so that you can begin to make a great sweeping circle. So if you can keep your heart and your head steady, and let the circle be from the navel down to the seat. Inhale as you come across the front, and exhale as you go across the back. And in this sequence, it's the beginning of the new year. And we make so many resolutions, such a sense of possibility. And this sequence is very subtle and very simple. The way making your bed is such a simple thing, but it makes such a change in the room. Keep it that simple. Inhaling, exhaling as you go back. Coast to a pause, and then reverse. Inhale across the front, exhale across the back. So that you can begin to feel the abdomen moving. Find the full circumference of your seat into the blanket beneath you. And let it loosen the ribs and the shoulders. Let it loosen the hesitation and the constraint that can be tight in our body. Just for 3. And for 2. And coast to a stop, sitting tall. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. X, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Just feeling the activity in the legs and the pelvis. Hands on your shins. Roll your navel back. Roll your navel forward. Inhale forward. Exhale back. So if I turn sideways just for a moment, sometimes it's easier to see. I'm going to keep the top of my head very steady. And I'm moving as though there's a string drawing my navel forward and my navel back. And the work is in the movement of my pelvis. And I just let that ease up through my spine, but I'm not rounding through the top of my head. Now keep your eyes open just for a moment and watch. We're going to change the breath and go in 4 with each flex and out. 1 breath. In, 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 out, 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 in, 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 out, out, out. Close your eyes. Go in, 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 out, out, out. Little puffs through the nose. One more. Out, 2, 3. Be still and breathe in and up. And just pause. Let the breath out and be still. So if you can feel the activation in your low belly. And as we change the breath, we're amplifying the prana, the energy in our body. We want to expand that out to the limbs. And so we'll add in a little bit of a posture. Unfold your blanket one time so that you have this larger rectangle. Setting it in the middle of your mat. You're going to turn towards the left side of your mat. And then a block on either side. Tuck your toes under as you rise up. Hands are on your hips. Nice and stable. And a big reverse circle with each hand. Up and over. Up and over, up and over, and explore that circle through the navel, through the chest. You can feel all the connective tissue from the shoulder down across the pelvis, and with a big reverse circle, the right hand down to the right block. Take your left toes down to the floor, and left circle, and left circle, and left circle, and pause. Send your hips forward. Lift up out of the bottom shoulder. Open the pelvis, all the space you made there, all the light. And then set it down. Kneeling. Reverse circle. Reverse circle. Reverse circle. And when the left hand circles, set it down to the block. Take your right toes out and circle the right side. And open the pelvis. Open the right rib all the way up and over, reaching to pause. Press your left toes down into the floor. Send your hip forward. Open your body. Give it your breath. And then set it down. Set a block between your heels so that you may kneel. Pause there. That already we have a significant change, like the capacity has increased here in the chest. Inhale forward, exhale back. But because we're kneeling now, the pelvis has a little more freedom. Inhale, exhale, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. So we're moving all of the fluid that's held around the spinal cord and around the brain. We're moving this. 3, 2, I want you to inhale and sit tall. Hold the breath in. Now move your spine. Flex forward and back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Upright. Exhale. Okay. Inhale. Open your eyes if you need to see. Hold the breath in. Flex your spine. Keep the breath. 2, 1, upright, exhale. It's going to build a little bit. We'll go one more time. Inhale. Hold the breath in. We'll go 8 times, forward and back. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And be still. It always feels like a good mood is rising through me. Rise back up, hips over your knees, tuck your toes under. This time, palms of your hands, fingers point up, put them right behind your hips, elbows wrap in. And we'll circle the right hand. Use the left hand to stabilize your low back. And you're opening through the front of your right hip and through your right lung. And the hips are coming forward, the chest is broad. You may stay right there. It's a beautiful place to be. Or the left hand to your left heel, a half camel. And find that circle in your right shoulder. Open the right collarbone, the right lung. Reach up and a little bit back. Open out, open out, open out. And rise up. Right hand to the back of your hip, big circle. Big circle. Stay there, or take your right hand to your heel. Going 3. Going 2. Pause at the top, reach back, hips forward, heart high. Open the left hip forward, left lung, left shoulder, left collarbone. And then set it back down, kneeling, hips on the blocks. And pause. Feeling the rising tide of life force through your body. I'll meet you in the next video.